What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. What a day. We'll have a lot to talk about tonight. I see a lot of comments already rolling in. Appreciate you guys joining us as always. What's up, Matt? How are you tonight? Yes, lightning show out in OKC for sure. A lot of wind coming that way. Mess with the usual 12-0, Oklahoma. Jay Jones joining. What's up, Jay? How you been? He says 12-0 as well. Sooner fan, heard there was a softball game today. What a game. It was a classic, as Patty Gasso said after the game. Just a classic game. Sooners win. And here they are again playing for a natty. Crazy after all this year, all the stuff maybe this team's been through, all the you think about, are they going to make it? Are they going to not? Here they are. You got to win 2 out of 3 and you get your fourth natty. Been crazy. It's going to be a crazy few days. Jay, sorry about that. Hope you're feeling better now, bro. Jeremy will be joining in a minute, probably from a Walmart parking lot, but he will be on here in a minute. What's up, Teresa? What's up, everybody? Dow Post, everybody, Delu. Appreciate you. What a game today. I mean, we could dissect it if you would like to. Yeah, good to see you back, Jay. There's a lot of things that you could dissect tonight. Okie Long, what's up, Okie Long guy? Yeah, real quick on the baseball. It was a disappointing regional, I think, to say the least. In the fact that I think everybody was talking about maybe Duke being the team in that regional that OU would have to deal with. They ended up being UConn. UConn took 2 out of 3 versus Oklahoma. Two out of 3, 2 out of 2. And so that part was disappointing. I think it was disappointing because the bats kind of went away. The bats it was not good in the regional, and it ended up being their demise. It is tough to see some of these seniors go who were on the run with Oklahoma to Omaha last time. Guys like, Pettis, like you said. So that's tough. But let me get to this question here. Sooner fan, May go in game 1. We're going to do a video after the live and talk about this. It's an interesting discussion and debate. Here's what I'll say. And I'm basing my opinion on what Patty Gasso said after the first game against Florida, where Nicole May did start. She was asked about why she went with May, and she said basically not only because she was a senior, but because Maxwell can't get them to win it. Basically, Maxwell can't win a natty by herself. So with that being said, I kind of think they're going to go with May or Deal. Now, Mark says Maxwell needs to go game 1. There's not any doubt on my mind. There's not any doubt that I think she could go game 1. But here's where you have an issue, I think. Say you pitch your game 1, and it's a tight game, 2-1 or something. She pitches 120 pitches. You going again in game 2, Maxwell? Here's what I say. If you're going to ride her till the end, then go with her. I'll say that. Now, if you're thinking about pitching May or Deal one of the games in the championship series, then I would pitch them game 1. And then I would leave Maxwell for the next 2, if you're thinking about doing that. Hey, guys, let me say this, too. We talked about this in the Discord. First off, if you're not an unlimited member, join up. I think it's in the description of the live. You can join up, be a part of an unlimited team here that we can talk on Discord. You can join the Discord. We talked about this in the Discord a little bit earlier about the strike zone. It's been very tight in the World Series. And it's not, I'm not just saying for OU, I'm saying for in general for all the pitchers. I think it's been a very tight strike zone, which has led to a lot of runs in some cases. Now, you still have to look at Texas. Texas allowed 3 hits in the whole World Series. So it's going to be an epic matchup. Mike White gets his chance. Now, Mike White, you can talk all you want about home field advantage. Now's your chance to go where you don't have to talk about it anymore. Go shut it up and go beat Oklahoma. Can you do it? I don't think you can. You might get in one game. I think OU's going to win this 2 out of 3. And here's your chance. Yeah, hit that freaking like. Thanks, Lori, for the support. I agree. Very consistent. I think in general, the ups have been consistent. I just think it's consistently a tight zone for both pitchers. I will say this, Maxwell got one against Erickson. I think it was a 3-0 count. It went from 3-0. She ended up striking her out. And 3-1 count. She pitched one about 2 inches. It looked like outside. They gave her the strike. So that was big for Oklahoma. Delu, what's up? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Mark says the entire stadium better boo every time Mike White is visible. I think it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere. It always is. Jeremy will be joining in just a second for his thoughts on the game, and we'll be talking about it for the next 30 minutes. Kyla says, mess. Consistent, but the zone was way too tight. It was a tight strike zone. But I can live with it as long as they're consistent. Yeah, and Gary, that's what I'm saying. Here's your chance to shut it up, right? Mike White is the coach of Texas. Let's talk about this for a second. I got one right on the pregame video. I did say that I think Ella Parker would have massive hits for this team and be the standout. She ended up being a huge part of this game. And in a game where until Jada Coleman hits the bomb, a game where the seniors were not coming through down the stretch in the clutch, but it was other players that were, specifically Ella Parker. Unbelievable performance from Ella Parker as a freshman. And you also cannot forget, and you got to mention her name, Avery Hodge. Avery Hodge, Torres goes out of the game. Avery Hodge has played the last 2 games. I believe she's batting 300 in the World Series. She had a massive hit. If she does not get that double, they probably don't score that inning. They may not tie the game. They may not go to extras. Jada may not get another chance. If you remember right, after her double, Jada throws the bat down after swinging at the first pitch. It comes full circle. She gets another chance, hits it out of the yard. Yes, Mark, I did. It was kind of weird. I'm not going to lie, but it's a tradition they have. Who on here right now thinks that Jada Coleman would have caught her own home run ball? That left fielder was this close to catching that. And I saw the tweets going around that Jada Coleman would have caught that. I think she might have too. But let me say this. I want to go back on Avery Hodge for a second. I've been a little bit sometimes hard on her because of her bat, but what Avery Hodge can do for you is get on base. I mean, you saw it. She's got speed, and I don't think it can be I don't know the word for it, but it's very, I think, sometimes underappreciated. And tonight specifically, I've heard a lot of talk about Jada Coleman. Well, why not? She hit the bomb to win the game, obviously. And I've heard a lot about Ella Parker, for sure. I don't think enough has been said about Avery Hodge. I really don't. I don't think enough has been mentioned about Avery Hodge. If you go back to that double, 2-2 pitch, I believe, on that, just smoked it down the line. She got on early in the game. She had a hit yesterday and got on. She's had some big plays for this Sooner team. I just don't want it to go underappreciated. I think she's been big. Pickering did have some solid at-bats. Jada Chandler entered Nick Anderson with that walk-off home run. Yeah, and Jada was very emotional, as was the whole team. Here we go, Delu. This would be great to put in the chat. Mike White's next comments. Put them in the chat, guys. I would love to see what you say. What are the next comments from Mike White? Let's go it going. You know how we do. When it's OU Texas and we do the Steve Sarkisian thing, let's do it with Mike White. It'd be a great thing for tonight. Hey, and also, by the way, kudos to Florida. Florida was a tough out. And you heard Patty after the game talking about Maxwell and how the zone for them, they just hit a lot of ball. They hit really good, and they got power. And what's crazy is the lefties were hitting the Maxwell good. And if you look throughout the season, they've hit left-handers really good, actually. So I was very impressed by Florida. And so, I mean, kudos to them. They made a good effort. It was a great game today. OU gets the W, baby. This is an interesting topic, David. Let me say this. as an OU fan, and a lot of OU fans, they're going to love the team is so energized on that. Here's what I'll say. I have not been a big fan of it. Okay. And there may people don't like me for it. I'm not a huge fan of throwing the bat down after a walk. Okay. That's just me. I mean, to each their own. You do what you want to do. I'm just saying, I'm not a huge fan of it. That's all. And I know the other teams aren't, but if that, I get what they're trying, they're just trying to get energized and everything. I'm just not a big fan. We'll ask Jeremy when he's on here. There he is right there, popped on. How are you doing, Jeremy? The comment was asked, how do you feel the spiking of the walks? I don't like it. I just said it. I'm not a fan. If you get a hit and want to go crazy, I'm just not a fan on a walk. That's just me.
I'm in my second home, the Walmart parking lot, just like OU is in their second home, the Women's College World Series Championship. Jay, as an OU fan, if you're an OU fan, you love it. If you're not an OU fan, you absolutely hate it.
You're an OU fan. Do you love it?
Sometimes I think it's a little bit much. I'm just gonna say, Jay, these are some great comments walking in here about Mike White, climate change, helping the Sooners. And Jay, a couple people on here, I was reading some of the comments, some really good comments about the fact that Mark, I think, said OU allowed 7 home runs and are still going to the Women's College World Series Championship Series. Think about this. OU is not at their best, and they're playing for a natty.
Yeah, they haven't played great, and they are playing for natty. I mean, what can you say? That's great.
And Jay, I'm about to rip you right now, so get ready.
Oh, boy. I mean, you just jump on here, and you're already going to come at me. Okay, whatever. After a victory, you're going to come at me. I see that.
You still think Mike White wants a piece of this team?
100%.
Yes. You think this is the team he wanted to play tomorrow?
Jeremy, I do.
I think he wanted Florida. If you could tell him he would win it all, he would take to beat OU, but he's not guaranteed that, Jay.
The way he's talked, the only team he should want is Oklahoma. He talked so much about OU having the home field advantage. If I'm that guy, that's who I want to go at. I want Oklahoma. Why would you, the number one team, why would you not want to beat the best team? Who did you want? Did you want OU to play Texas?
Absolutely, Jay, because I know OU
can
beat
them. They're the best team. Why would you want that?
Jason,
why not Duke in the championship series?
Jason.
No, I'm asking you.
Jason, listen.
No, answer the question.
Will
you let me finish? Why not Duke against Oklahoma? Why would you want OU rather play Duke? Why do you want to play Texas?
Can I speak now? The reason I want OU to play Texas is I know OU can beat Texas. The reason Mike White doesn't want to play play OU, he knows deep down inside he can't beat him, Jay.
He beat him twice this year. Stop the nonsense. Stop it. That's ridiculous.
He also lost to him twice. Those games didn't, Jay, this moment is too big for Texas, in my opinion.
If it was flipped and Texas had won 3 natties and OU was sitting here, you'd want OU to play Texas. Promise you, 1,000%.
Oh, there's no chance I would, Jay.
Yes, you would. You'd be like, bring them on. I want to beat the best.
And what Matt says is true, Jay. Texas has to be confident, but I'm going to say what I said on the post-game live, Jay. I'm going to say it again. You ready for it? If OU goes up 2-0 or 3-0 in the top of the first, Scooby-Doo's all around. Rut row is going to be happening, and this team's not going to be able to handle it, Texas. I promise you.
Here's what I'll say, though. You got some big differences on these two teams in the fact that OU's got so much experience. Texas is still a really, really young team, too. So I'm not saying Texas is going to beat Oklahoma. In fact, I'm picking Oklahoma to win the natty. Okay, right now I'm picking Oklahoma to win the natty. But I'll say this: I think for sure, I think Texas wants Oklahoma. And David, everyone questioned why I didn't throw Maxwell last night, but as we've seen, wasn't too much of a drop off, and we kept it fresh. Gasso is goated. David, I want to know who you think starting game 1 tomorrow.
I know who's starting game 1.
Somebody just walked right behind your car. Did you see that?
Yeah, there's a storm rolling in. Jay, I tell you who's starting tomorrow.
Hey, real quick, Bobby. I know you're
whoever Gasso wants.
Hey, real quick, Bobby. Did you see about Balboa, the 5-star offensive lineman? Sounds like Wilfong thinks he's going to Stanford too. Go ahead, Jared.
No, I was just saying Gasso's going to start who she wants to start, and I'll say it's correct.
Yeah, I'm just saying your opinion. Who do you think is going to start game 1?
I think it's going to be Nicole May. And I'll tell you why. I have evidence. Patty Gasso has said time and time again, Kelly Maxwell won't take us through this whole thing. And Jay, Uncle Charlie's asked twice about if we played Cavon. We have gone against Mac Morgan and Cavon. Correct?
I'd have to look it up on here on the regular season. She didn't pitch against Oklahoma in the tournament, but I thought she pitched some innings against Oklahoma in the regular season. Yes.
Yes. And listen, Jay, she's a freshman. I'm telling you right now, the moment is too big. You guys don't. Hey, I'm telling you right now, Jay, it's kind of like the NBA playoffs. Until you've been there, and Texas has been there, and arguably, not even arguably, this is a fact. This is Texas's best chance to beat OU. It's the best team they've had. They're not ready for it yet, I don't think, though. I don't think they can win with a freshman pitcher.
Well, Florida almost did it.
Almost doesn't count, Jay.
Did Florida almost do it?
Did it count?
Okay, I'm just saying. I mean,
who's on a plane right now? It ain't the Sooners. It ain't the Sooners.
Ant?
It ain't the Sooners, Jay. They're seniors. Seniors against freshmen, Jay. Come off it.
I know. Jeremy, I'm picking Oklahoma. I don't know why you're yelling at me, dude. How many games?
Kelly Maxwell will pitch 2 to 3 games if they play 3. If they play 3.
If they play 3, we'll see.
Hey, Sooner fan wants to talk football. What do you want to talk about? And listen, the OU softball team is playing for a national championship, and they won today in an unbelievable way. Obviously, that's why we're talking about it. And yes, I do like to yell at people. I'm sorry.
Actually, no, specifically me. Hey, Bomb, you think it's bad on here? You should see the phone conversations throughout the day. Hey, is OU a softball school or a football school? They are a They are a soft football school or football soft school, whatever you want to say it. They're both.
They're not a soft school.
They're both. They're both.
Yeah, and guys, OU softball is a pretty big monster as well.
Tomorrow at 7. Hey, we'll talk with whatever the viewers want to talk about. I mean, if y'all want to talk football, throw something out here for football. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, do I think Tennessee's overrated at 9? Are they ranked that high, Jay?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, they're overrated. They should be about 15, I think. My opinion.
Yeah, Jay, I'm serious. I know Mark says softball the way tonight. This was one of those games where you say, where were you when? I know where I was. I was with my dad at a cancer appointment, and I'm not going to lie. It was a pretty special moment, Jay. We're sitting in the waiting room. We're both watching on my phone as Jada Coleman goes yard. That was a great moment there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. And there were so many moments from that game that without certain plays, the game would not have been extended. They would have lost. So some huge plays. Can OU land a 5-star quarterback in 26? Can they? Yes. Will they? I don't know.
I think it's harder to. Jay,
it's hard because of what they have in front.
That's the exact thing. You got Sperry and Hawkins. Hawkins and Sperry, I really don't think that it's going to be easy to land a 5-star. I don't think it's going to be easy.
Yeah, and I think I agree. Granite guy says softball is now. That's why we talk softball. Appreciate that, Big Orange. Means a lot. OU and Texas start at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. 7 p.m. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday if necessary. All games are at 7. So,
how many 5-stars in the 2026 class?
Yeah, well, right now it's early.
Is it 3?
I wouldn't say more than 3, probably, if that. I mean, right? It's still early for 26. Some guys will go from a 4 or 5-star before 2026, but it's going to be tough to. I mean, I did see something that came out about they ranked tiers of the quarterbacks. Did you see this in college football this year?
I didn't know.
OU quarterbacks, that's your starter and your backup. OU was in like tier 5. I mean, Kansas was above Oklahoma. I was like shocked.
Hey, Jay, I don't know if you've already talked about this. Monty says something about praying for a dad, and I appreciate that, Monty, a lot. I don't know if you've already talked about this, but to see Brito and Jada Coleman praying in the on-deck circle before she went up to bat, that's phenomenal stuff, okay? This does not happen across the nation. And this wasn't some magic fairy tale prayer of God, let me hit a home run. That's not even what it was. So people need to the reason OU players are giggling in the seventh when it's a tight ball game, this team's different. It's not all about softball.
Hey, Bobby, I'm not saying the fact as far as money. It's OU's a football dominant school money wise. That's obvious. All I'm saying, when you look at national championships, you could say the same thing about gymnastics. I mean, I don't know how many. Gosh, I just drew a blank on her name. Kinsler. There's one. I'm just talking about. Yeah, when you think Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma, you think football, obviously. But a lot of people, I think, to the casual just person, they think a lot of people also think softball. Yeah, it's a football school. We all know that, but softball's right there, right behind it.
Michael says there's only one right now in 2026.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd be a whole lot right now. And Bobby would probably know that too. Sooners in 2, 1-run rule and 1-by-2. Here's the thing. Go look at, you can break down every game from this year against Texas. Isn't the most run Texas has scored against Oklahoma too?
They've been low scoring, and that's why I think OU has been on the brink, okay? OU has been on the brink, okay? They have been, and they may break out of it. And listen, I got to respond to Chuck. Who gave me the insight? Well, Jada Coleman said in the post-game interview on ESPN what they prayed. They were praying. Their eyes were closed. It was clear they were praying, and they were praying basically for peace in the moment, which is big time. It's big time. Love it.
Jay Johnson.
Makes the team so special.
Jay Johnson has game 2 tickets. Man, that's great. Jealous. Yeah. What if you had game 3 tickets, man? That's going to be. Will it go game 3?
I know Jackson's going to the game tomorrow, Jay.
Yeah, that's correct. That's awesome.
I may look on and try to find a ticket. Take my boys.
You gonna go?
Chuck, I'm not angry.
Yeah,
I'm passionate.
Chuck, in fact, when Jeremy was talking, I was sitting there thinking, why is he yelling? Why is he yelling?
Because I'm so.
It's ridiculous.
I love it so much, Jay. I love it so much. That's why. That's why, Jay.
Glad the girls, the dub, don't. If the SEC fans know that, yeah. What's the chances of Greg Sankey showing up? Somebody asked this earlier.
I think pretty high, Jay.
Do you? I do. I think he'll show up. I think he'll show up.
In the end, David, they're about that's what's really most important to them is the faith. So if they lose, they're okay with it. And I think that's one reason why they're able to pull off some of these the pressure. This isn't the most pressure situation for them, in my opinion. They're going to enjoy it. I tell you why Mike White should be shaking right now, Jay. Not just the fact that there's going to be just a gazillion OU fans louder than ever because of what he said. The other reason he should be shaking, Jay, is what Jada Coleman said. Jada Coleman said, I just wanted to go out in the championship series. Whatever happens, happens. Oh, my. OU is going to play so free in this series, Jay. I promise you.
Well, you can promise me all you want. You don't know that's going to happen. We'll see.
I know it's going to happen, Jay.
You don't know. You don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing is a double negative, which actually means I know everything. Oh, yeah. Learn English, Jay. Learn English.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
OU is hunting now. Mike White has not complained about the crowd yet. I'm sure he'll be asked about it ASAP. Yeah, it was a special moment, man. She said she lost it, was crying. on the way around the bases. Now,
We
that
might
would
see
be
a fake base. That would be great.
30 for 30 or something.
Absolutely. I'm in.
Hey, I got something we could do right now.
What's that?
Who would you put as the actors to play some of these ladies?
Man, Patty Gasso, Gina Davis.
Gina Davis?
Yes, from League of Their Own? Absolutely.
Themselves.
There it is right there. Themselves. Hey, this Danny Stutzman quote should be plastered all over social media tomorrow.
You know what? They need to sell some more shirts for Danny tomorrow. Hey,
I cannot wait to see the crowd.
Speaking of shirts, let me transition here to trivia. And before we do, you can kind of see the logo there. We need to change the little banner here, but Fanstock. Go to fanstock.com. When you do, go to use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months. And let me tell you something. You want an OU softball shirt? They got it. Officially licensed shirts. And, it's just amazing gear. If OU wins a natty, you're going to want to order an OU softball championship shirt because they'll have them. Promise you. So they'll have them. They have great looking shirts. Check them out. Like I think Jeremy's trying to change our setup here, but here we go for trivia tonight. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to go softball because of the game today and then playing for a fourth natty. But Jada Coleman with the home run not only moved them into the national championship series for 4 straight, but also set a program record for the most runs scored by an Oklahoma Sooner softball player. How many runs has she scored as an OU player? That's the trivia question. Man, you're very close, Mess. You're very close. Amen, Delu. Amen.
Amen. I just came from a Bible study.
Mess, you're very close.
Close, Mez.
All of you are close. Teresa, you're very close.
Hey, Jay, if they're close, do they get it right?
No.
So if you almost win, do you win, Jay? Okay.
No, almost doesn't count, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Robert, bingo. I think Robert might have been the first one. Robert, 282 set the record today. There it is. Teresa, I think Robert was first. Yeah, it looks like Robert was first. Good job, Robert.
Lori and Jay, what's the weather forecast look like the next 3 days? That's something I need to look at. But Lori, OU would have gotten a rest because they would have played 2 in a row yesterday. So, no, the Bible study is close to Walmart, but instead of driving 30 minutes back to where I live in Sapulpa, I am in the parking lot so I can be with you guys because I'm committed. Right, Jay?
That's right. I think what we're seeing in softball for a natty is what people wanted to see in football for the Big 12. People wanted OU Texas going out party for the Big 12. Didn't happen. I would love this year for the first year in the SEC to have OU Texas do really well and be playing for an SEC championship. I'd be down with that.
Jay Johnson, OU won. I'm gonna say Nicole May is starting. I got Nicole May starting. And Jay, listen, everybody, we're gonna have a pregame video go out in the morning. We're probably gonna do another video, maybe on Ella Parker or Jada Coleman. But make sure you're subscribed to our channel because we're gonna have content galore in the next few days with softball. And if you don't like it, oh well. We're going to keep providing softball content because there's a whole lot of fans out there, me included.
Hey, what did you think of Ella Parker today, man? Unbelievable.
Jay, her swing is smoother than any player on the team.
It's a really good swing. And what was so impressive, I think, is after going out of the game after the collision, which I saw a lot of people saying put some pads on her, Brent Venables. She just decked that girl. But after that, people were wondering, is she going to bat the next time up? And then she came up in a very, very important situation with, let me remind you, 2 outs and gets that single. Massive. Look at that. Got balloons going, bro. Got balloons going.
I don't.
Perfect timing. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for you.
Yeah, hey, it's starting to thunder here. Rain coming in. But listen, what a storm in Oklahoma City today as the Sooners make it to their fourth straight natty appearance.
Who wins game one, Jeremy?
What?
Who wins game one?
I think OU has no pressure. I think OU is going to win with Nicole May. That's my prediction, Jay. Hey, Jay, tomorrow night's live will be pretty much softball. I'm just saying because it's going to be right after the game. If the game goes past 9:30, we'll be on a little late, okay?
But OU wins, the bomb says.
You guys will all be on here, guys and gals.
For both. Okay.
We'll see y'all tomorrow night, guys. Boomer.
Sooner.